Cinema Classics is sponsored by the Gateway Film Center and is produced by John DeSando and Johnny DiLoretto. Listen to shows online at WCBE.org.
I'm Johnny DiLoretto.
I'm John DeSando.
This is Cinema Classics.
It is. How about a classic in the making?
Yeah, a new star?
A new star.
On the rise?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
What did you say, 4 films this year?
Adam Driver.
Adam Driver.
Has starred in 4 films this year.
Wow.
So there was, obviously, The Rise of Skywalker, the final Star Wars movie. There was Marriage Story,
You bet.
of course, for which he's nominated for Best...
Now, we're doing this show before the Oscars.
Yes, this is before the Oscars.
So we do not know, although I would predict that he is not going to be the best actor, that it will go to Joaquin Phoenix. But anyway,
yeah.
yes.
Okay. In addition to that, he starred in The Report.
Yes.
And also in Jim Jarmusch's zombie comedy, which I very nearly walked out on.
Yeah, the
Dead Don't Die.
I love that.
No,
Bill
man.
Murray, I loved it.
Okay.
Goofballs, all right. Now, here's my question to you. What is it? For instance, why in Marriage Story is he nominated, and we would even talk about him as Best Actor? What is his quality? Is he a De Niro?
No, he's not a De Niro. He's like has a much sweeter, natural demeanor than De Niro. He's not as intimidating or as what's the word I'm looking for? Like you can't penetrate his his face.
Well,
sometimes.
he's dense and he's opaque.
I think there's a couple of things. I think he started. I first became aware of him on the show Girls, the Lena Dunham show on HBO, and he just sort of, rose above that cast and became his charm. He's charming. He is dynamic. That's the other thing that I think really helps him in Marriage Story is that he's got a little bit of that old school 70s sort of dynamism where like an emotion can explode, but it can also quietly implode.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that these new Star Wars movies don't do the guy any favors.
Yeah, but he brings a dimension to that character, and that's partly because physically he's imposing. He's about 6'3", 6'2.5", 3", with long dark hair, with a craggy complexion.
Like a really and not a typically handsome face.
No, not at all. And I think
stretch.
he brings a certain weight to that.
I think you're right. I think he brings as much weight as anybody could. I think that role is terribly written.
Yeah.
I think as a villain, you're going to step into this is going to be the new Darth. This is going to be the Darth Vader for this generation.
Right.
And what you get is a petulant, spoiled millennial.
You get a brooding.
Right?
Yes.
And there's like, I just don't think that part really served him very well. I think he did as well as he could, and brought as much as he could to bear on something as lazily written as that.
I know you're right, and I'll tell you one of the things I like about him that I believe he's not Montgomery Clift, but he has that kind of low radar appearance and attitude. This is what he says, which I think really identifies his attraction for me, because he's not over the top.
He's attracted to you? That's interesting.
Now, he's not Joaquin Phoenix this year.
Okay,
right?
yeah, go ahead.
So, he says, the deadly thing in my job is to attach too much meaning to everything. You have to have a sense of humor about yourself. I'm definitely trying to figure this all out as I go along, how to craft a career. As things get bigger, I have days of depression, sitting in the house and wondering, what are you doing? Is it even relevant? And I think that's a beautiful for any actor. And you know that he recently appeared on Fresh Air.
Yes.
he
walked out.
Because
he walked out.
He doesn't want to hear himself. He doesn't want to see himself.
Yeah.
And he's just like you.
Right. I don't know.
He doesn't. He won't. He won't.
I won't
as much as he's been on television doing.
I was disappointed in that. I get it, obviously, because I wouldn't want to either. But I think the thing is he actually requested. She did that to him before. Played a clip when he didn't want to hear it. And he requested this time that they don't do that.
That's
and
right.
Did it again and told him just, whatever. The guy, listen, he served in the military. He's a smart guy.
Yeah.
He's a compassionate guy. I like the work that he does off screen as well. I've been nothing but impressed with him as he continues to show his chops. And I'll tell you, in Marriage Story, which I think is a flawed movie, I don't think it's Best Picture material. But there are two moments in that movie where I thought to myself, here's where he gets the nomination for Best Actor. Number one is the moment where he accidentally cuts himself with the social worker shows up to monitor his relationship with his kid, and he accidentally cuts himself, and the blood is going everywhere. And it's one of those. It's a perfect rendition of a moment, high stakes moment where things kind of get out of your control. He does the best he can, and he just sort of collapses on the kitchen floor and lays down. And how he has to play that is really tricky. He doesn't play it for laughs. He also doesn't play it for pathos. It just works out. And then the second moment is when he sings the Sondheim number.
Well, that's good. That's memorable.
And it's the 1-2
before, yeah.
punch of that vulnerability.
Well, what helps me is to juxtapose The Dead Don't Die with The Report, because The Report was essential Adam Driver to me.
Okay.
It was slow, it was dull, but it was important. He was doing work, but his very persona reflected the tediousness of his
performance. Right, he's not showboating.
No, he's not. But The Dead Don't Die is the closest he's going to get to humor.
Yeah.
And you have to have Bill Murray next to you to pull that out.
I don't know. I think he's done some comedy before. Logan Lucky, whatever the hell that is. And I think we'll see. I think he's humorous. I think you see a lot of that come through.
Well,
in
what
Marriage
helps
Story.
is that he so underplays.
Yeah.
That if it's good humor, it comes out better.
But I'll tell you what turned me around on him and why I really started paying attention to him was another Jim Jarmusch movie called Patterson.
Yeah, and he played Patterson.
Yeah, right. Well, Patterson is the place, right? Patterson, New Jersey.
But his name is also Patterson, I think. Yes, it is. His name is Patterson as well.
Okay.
Anyway.
What a coincidence.
I know, right.
Anyway, I love that movie. It kind of did a little number on me because I wasn't expecting to like it, but it's all held together by his performance. And you talk about a quiet, slow-moving, almost glacial.
It is good for him,
right?
Yes.
But yeah, I'd like to see that. I'm ready to see him do whatever he wants, really.
Yeah, and I think he plays a little bit of a lighter role for me in Francis Ha, which is Greta Gerwig's story, and showed to me that he can fit almost anywhere. He can be romantic. He can be dramatic.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of capabilities, but the key for me is that he underplays.
Right, and he seems to be that classic Hollywood 70s star. You know, not great looking, earthy. You know what you can just, you get inside this guy's headspace and you just want to hang out there.
So you think we've done any good for his career here?
I don't know, Maybe we should boost this on Facebook to reach a wider audience.